So you've been running this transformation with AI at your organization, at both at CEDAR and Aspen, I suppose. And I know you personally as well. You are a powerhouse CEO. You're a 24/7 person, and I know that probably that's the reason CEDAR hired you. uh, how do you get the time to run ultra marathons?
So I can't run them right now. I was just so clear. I have the time right now to do 45 minutes a day of exercise. And I wake up every morning, and by 5:36, I'm in the gym and I'm doing my exercise 45 minutes a day. If I'm lucky, I do a little bit of yoga in the evenings, 2 or 3 times a week. And I walk my dog, but I am not running ultra marathons right now. So just so
All what you mentioned is a lot of physical exercise, right? I run the organization as the CEO, and it's difficult to walk 10 steps. Right? How do you get the time? How do you actually do even all of this that you just mentioned?
exercise for me is like breathing. It's not a option. It's I can't, if I don't work out 6 times a week, it doesn't work for me. Yeah, it's not an option. I wake up. I'll forego sleep for exercise. I'll have 1 hour less of sleep for exercise. I will
Wow.
have I'll have whatever recreation time I have, whatever times myself. But I also do believe in the importance of time for yourself, because I would not be able to run this company if I didn't carve out time um, to make decisions and time to consider. Because when you're sitting behind a computer and things are flying at you one after the other, after the other, after the other, yes, you can make decisions on the spot, but there are certain decisions that you really need to think through. And it's very hard to think through them in those kind of approaches. And so carving out that time for me is it's critical to allow me to be able to operate the best that I possibly can for CEDAR. The 45 minutes that I spend in the morning in the gym, a lot of the time, maybe not when I'm boxing and someone's trying to hit me, but a lot of the time, that's when I'm processing the decisions that I was considering the day before. And then, I'll always think about how do I integrate exercise into my routine. Our SVP of clinical operations, MJ, he's a morning person. I'm a morning person. I'll walk my dog early and give him a call when I'm walking my dog. Or the other day I was having a conversation with our medical director fairly late in the evening, 8:39, and decided to take a walk while I'm doing that. So I try to fit it in because physical activity for me is really important.
I think we had this quick chat the other day as well. So the kind of importance that you sort of give to physical exercise, I think back here in India we do it. We gave the same importance to gossiping. If you remember, I told you that, and it's try it. I mean, it's much better than all the physical workout. You are going to love it. It's the best mental health workout you can ever have.
You're funny, Ayush.
It's true. I mean, I need to set up a sort of a gossip event at least once every month, where me and bunch of my people whom I worked with for over 10 years now, build the company. We just get together only for the gossip at least once a month. And I mean, that gives you mental health, sort of diesel for more than more than a month now. And how did the boxing thing happen? That was so, I mean, it was so interesting to see, and then again, I mean, I come from India. Boxing isn't a big thing here, but I know, it's something that people really follow, in the US. And I saw a little clip that you showed me, and it looked really professional. How did it work? Happen. I mean, even if you got, I mean, even if you got beaten up, that's all right?
You
How
know,
did that
I,
happen?
Yeah, I've been doing boxing for a while, but just on the bags. I think I started kickboxing in 2013. So I've been boxing for a really long time. And I was feeling kind of a hunger to do some kind of event, and I knew I wouldn't have time to prepare for an ultra marathon. An ultra marathon really requires a great deal of commitment. You have
Yeah.
to run for at least 5 days a week. But what's killer for the ultra marathon, and those of you who are listening who have run marathons know that you have to have one long run a week. An ultra marathon, you need to have a long run on a Saturday and a long run on a Sunday. So it completely takes up your entire weekend. And then generally I'll do a run in the morning and a run in the evening when I'm doing an ultra. And so it's just a huge amount of time, which I was happy to give to it at the chapter of my life that I did it. I met my husband doing it, and we would do it together. And so a lot of our relationship built and grew through running and spending time on the trails. I just didn't have that in me. This was a few years ago, but I was kind of seeking something, and I was thinking, should I do bodybuilding? Should I do a Hydrox event? Should I go back and do? I used to do a lot of obstacle course races,
All
um,
right.
and I was in my boxing gym, and I saw a sign for an event which was called Punch for Parkinson's. And Punch for
Yeah.
Parkinson's is a event in Boston where I used to live before moving to Texas, to raise money for um, training patients with Parkinson in boxing. So there's a lot of evidence that boxing skills improves the Parkinson's symptoms. And there's a group out of there
Right.
that do wonderful work where they provide completely free coaching to Parkinson's patients to give them this therapeutic opportunity. And I have a very close family member who has Parkinson's. And so it kind of hit home to me. And I thought, well, this would be great. I can raise some money. And I've raised money before doing some of my runs. And I don't think I realized a boxing event meant you get in the ring and you get punched. I just
You didn't realize that
I
till the
don't
time
think
we were
that
in
really
the
got exactly. So I said to my coach, I said, "Do you think I can do it?" And this was, I think it was 4 or 5 months before, and he said, "I don't see why not." So I put my name in the ring, right, and in the hat for it, and they have to select you. And I didn't really think much about it. I just kept going the way I was going, and then I remember I was on the plane to JP Morgan. So I think this was in 2024, either 23 or 24. And I got a notice on the plane, this was in January, that you have been selected for the event. And one thing about me is I am not a quitter. Like if I commit to
yeah.
something, I'm going to do it. So my heart sank and it said, okay, you've been selected. And I texted Chris, who's my coach, and I said, okay, Chris, we're gonna do this. The event was in April, so I'd never sparred before. I'd never been in the ring before. I really wasn't in great shape. I was, doing a lot of work. I was in average shape. And so we just spent the next 3 or 4 months trying to get me in fighting shape. And it was a great experience. I did lose in the ring. The girl, my opponent, she did a fantastic job. But I wouldn't have replaced it for the world. The amount that I learned and the amount that I experienced was just
Yeah.
incredible. And now I actually go to a sparring boxing gym, and I love it. We do technical sparring. I went this morning. I go twice a week. It's a great workout. It's great for your mind. It's great for your body. It's cardio. It's strength. I highly recommend it.
Maybe not that great for your teeth. Might lose one or two. But then I mean, this is so much CEO founder energy, where you thought, what's the worst that could happen in a boxing ring, right?
Yeah. My husband says that I'm the definition of she believed she could, so she did. So there you go.
Yeah, quite evident. I
And
have to
but
admit.
after the match, he said, "I believe in you for everything except for boxing." He said that that's the one thing I don't believe you're a boxer, because I just don't have that aggression in me. I saw the girl on the other side of the ring, and I kind of smiled, and she was looking at me with these dagger eyes, like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up." At that point, I realized I'm not a boxing career is not for me, but I'm really glad I did it.
But something tells me I will find you in that ring once again in the future. I mean, it looks to me that you're going to go back to the ring.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not a very angry person, and you have to be able to get an anger inside you. I don't really like the idea of hurting people. I like the dance of boxing, the technical movement of the boxing. I don't want to go in and hurt someone, but I enjoy I enjoy the back and forth and the partnership and the footwork and the strategy and the agility. I'm not
Wow.
sure. Maybe let's see. Definitely not in the foreseeable future. Definitely not right now.
This is what's going to go viral. I'm not in there for the punches, for the dance. Awesome. Awesome.